I wanted to make a cute new dress to go see my boyfriend. I really loved the Greek goddess vibe, so I found this beautiful dress on Etsy from the shop Aya Sacred Wear and just kind of figured out how to make something relatively similar. So I started off with the straps, which are long ropes that you're able to wrap around your waist a couple times. The rope is made from 3 pieces of fabric braided together, so I tried braiding different widths until I got to the desired width of rope, and then I cut 6 strips of fabric. It's a little tricky to know what length it will turn out, so I think I ended up cutting more strips and attaching them together in the end. I ironed my fabric and cut out my main body pieces, which I forgot to film, but basically I measured the width of where I wanted the front piece to lay flat on my stomach without gathers. Then I subtracted this from my waist circumference. I multiplied that number by 2.5 and divided this up between the 3 remaining side and back pieces. I made the front piece, as I mentioned, without gathers due to my preference, so the width of that piece was whatever I measured. Anyway, this is me ironing my hems before I sew them, which is a wonderfully tedious job, but I love it. For the bust, I cut out 2 rectangles and just did a bit of trial and error to see what fits and covers me up well. Oh, and I forgot to film the waistband. That was just my hip circumference plus 10 centimeters for the length, and the width of my elastic times 2 plus 3 centimeters for seam allowance. I knew that I wanted some decorative stitching on this piece, so these are the ones that I tried out, and I went for this beautiful diamond shape, but actually I ended up combining 2 different stitches, even though I was already running short on time, but I couldn't help myself. I just love decorative stitches. I think they're so cute. Here's me in my sleep-deprived, hyper-focus mode, going a little loco as I begin the daunting quest of something like 20 meters of bias tape, which I will then use to braid and make the rope straps. So yeah, that was fun. Basically, I folded the strip in half, opened it up, folded the edges into the half, and then closed it all and ironed that. And then I pinned it so that it would be easier for me to sew. I also tapered off the end a little bit. Finally, we are left with some handmade udon noodles. I thought it would be so cute to do this little leaf pattern, but then sanity kicked in and I realized that I have a lot of stitching to do, so I just finished off my noodles with a basic stitch. Okay, so once that was done, I went ahead and braided the noodles into a rope. I held it in place with the sewing machine needle and had to readjust a few times because the strap was actually longer than the space I had in my little room. I have finished one. I wanted the dress to have 4 long slits between the main skirt pieces, so I decided to do an exaggerated decorative cross stitch using embroidery thread with an invisible stitch underneath. I marked evenly spaced dots with a wash away pen, which was my guideline for the cross stitch. This did end up taking a long time, but I think it looks really great. The diamond decorative stitch did suffer once the fabric went back to being crinkled, but it's fine. Forgot to film this part, but I went on to attach the waistband to the skirt pieces and then secured the elastic to run through the side and back pieces only. Since I had some space, I added a leaf stitch onto the front of the waistband and then proceeded to finish the raw edges of the bust pieces and stitch them onto the top of the waistband after some fitting trial and error. Finally, I connected the bust piece to the strap and then I wrapped the connection with a bit more bias tape to make it look neater. And then I was done. Kind of. I still finished stuff off on the plane and readjusted the height of the slits and stuff. I was exhausted and very happy and tired and sleepy, so that was that. I love this dress so much. I feel amazing in it. The slits might be a little bit too high. Oof, today is hot. There's just something really special about wearing your own made clothes. I just don't feel this way in any other clothing. I mean, sometimes you do get that one or two pieces that you really like, that you wear the hell out of for many years until it disintegrates, but it's quite rare, I find. With my own stuff, I just feel complete. Just really nice. I'm still getting used to like filming myself, which is quite a nice challenge. Just not caring, obviously being respectful, but not caring about looking silly. So this dress was mostly inspired by Greek goddesses. I do really like pomegranates as well, so I suppose it's kind of a Persephone dress. I hope everybody's got dresses that make them feel fantastic. I do have to say, the rope piece took me forever. It took me so many hours to make this. It took at least an hour or two just for me to iron all of the bias tape that the ropes took. However, I have my own little whip that I can carry around, which I really love. They just make the nicest sound. And the tail is all scraggly, but I love it. I love it just like it is. I definitely could have added an extra layer onto the bust area of this dress, which I probably will in the future. I hope you like this video. Just basically me showing off this dress. I want to make so many things. I hope that you have a lovely day. Bye! So since I'm here, I thought I'd show you how to properly open a pomegranate. So you find where the sides are, and then you cut along the sides. Now you pop open the top, and this is the top that you were cutting. So then you got a little hat. Now you find where the little skin joins to the, where this joins to the outside, the little pieces, like this white one. It's very obvious. So you just slice down to the, just slice down to the bottom of it. And then you just break each segment off, or just break the whole thing and it drops into like a flower that you saw earlier. Enjoy!